screen there. Um, so my current favorite podcast right now is the CrossFit branded CrossFit HQ podcast. Have you listened to any of it?
Mm-mm.
Well, they're like, one of their signatures is they have no intro. So I just started that up and we're just rolling.
Cool.
Anyway, hey, it's been a while. It's been a few weeks. We've been, man, did you closed down the office for a few days, didn't you?
Yeah, Tuesday and Wednesday.
Just a couple days this week.
Yep.
We've been doing a lot of family things. I mean, did you guys travel at all?
Do you have any family?
I know you have family. That's a dumb question.
Yeah, we went up to my wife's parents in Dubuque, Iowa. So we were up there for a couple days. Drove back late Sunday night so we could be at our house for Monday morning.
Nice. Yeah, so we've been traveling, doing holiday things, being busy, and once again, kind of not trying to add extra stress to our own lives. Like, it's always, you can always justify, whatever decision you're making. So it's like, yeah, could we have been more diligent about this? Absolutely. But I think, how long have we been doing this now? March-ish, April?
Yeah, probably.
Not even a year. So just a few 8-ish months. Somebody's already watching here, and they're gone. Yeah, just we're trying to figure out what this whole podcasting thing, this whole just providing good, valuable content and information looks like for us. And so we've talked a little bit about kind of some ideas we have going into the new year and how to make this kind of fit into our lives and rhythms and schedules and whatnot. And yeah.
Yeah, so we are going to, I think talk about a little bit on this, but then also just have some planning time of what we really want to do in 2018, how we can be the most effective and efficient at getting that information out to the listeners. I will say, since we've taken like a month off, like doing it consistently week by week, and even though we're not talking, our topics have kind of been all over the place, it's a lot easier to get away from the lifestyle that we want to live when you're not talking about
when we're not talking about it. That's fair.
Which I think is a good point that even listeners can take, is if you're not always filling yourself with information about why you should be living a healthy lifestyle, and then it's easy to get away from a healthy lifestyle. You're going to be more apt to stick with your lifestyle if you're always filling your brain with kind of why are you doing it.
Yeah.
And especially if you're ever teaching it, because you want to be congruent with what you're teaching. It's a lot easier to stick to.
Yeah. How have the past few weeks been for you? Have you been doing anything differently, taking things easy, or?
With lifestyle?
Yeah, yeah.
No, it's still been about where I want it to be.
Yeah.
I actually did a lot less, took a lot less vacation away from my lifestyle than I thought I would over the holidays. Probably because my wife she was on a autoimmune paleo diet.
Oh.
She doesn't have an autoimmune disease, but we thought she might have some other issues. So that was just kind of the best diet that we felt like would be good for about 30 days. So she was doing that. So that made me, do a lot less crazy stuff. So I didn't want to do it in front of her.
What a guy.
And then I started to have some, when I actually did, I can't remember what we did. Maybe it was beer or something else. Started to have some stomach stuff.
Yeah.
So not severe, but stomach issues that probably blessing in disguise. Even though I hated having a stomach issue, it made me not drink as much as I probably would have over the holidays. Or actually, I don't think I had any alcohol over the holidays.
Really? Wow.
Maybe one drink last Friday. Yeah, but that was it, I believe. And yeah, didn't do any sort of crazy desserts or stuff myself, any of that type of stuff. But I was pretty lax in here for a while in the gym.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I was typically at least 4, sometimes 5 days a week. And I was, 3 days a week for like 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So, gave my body a rest. I had some small injuries that needed to heal anyway, so that was good.
If we look a little hot and sweaty, it's because we did just work out, and Alex still kicked my butt after not working out for a few weeks. Not even not working out. I shouldn't even say that. But, yeah, I feel fairly similar. Definitely a little more sugar over the past couple weeks. Just, somebody brings a treat into work, you have one, and then it's like somebody brings something over at night, you have one of those, and stuff just adds up a little bit. I definitely will say that, excuse me, I think my awareness of kind of where I'm at in response to those things has been way higher this year because of a lot of the stuff that we've talked about. And so on days where I've maybe woken up and been like a little congested or something, I've done some like longer fasting periods and like can just feel pretty quick feedback of like not bogging my system down with eating anything, let alone stuff like sugar that's actually going to be working against what my body's trying to, bring back to kind of my neutral state. But I can definitely notice that for sure. And I think that's been good, kind of implementing that rather than trying to figure out. I think in the past I've tried to figure out, okay, what things can I be like consuming to assist this, and so I've taken a little bit different approach on some of those days of just not doing anything. I found it helpful.
Yeah. Yeah. On the good side, over the past few weeks, I stopped drinking as much coffee, which I was doing. I don't remember if I've ever talked about it on this, but I used to think coffee was absolutely terrible for you. That was before I found Dave Asprey, and kind of he convinced me on the other side of that. So I used to teach to never ever drink coffee, and and part of that was because I never even drank it at all before I even cared about health. But then, with some convincing of some patients and, of course, Dave Asprey, I started to drink it, and then I was drinking it every day. Mm-hmm. And I don't think it was causing me a problem, but when I started to have those stomach issues, I was like, okay, what could this possibly be?
Sure.
Thought it might have been coffee, or at least how much of it I was drinking. So I decided to try tea, which I also don't really ever drink. And I've just started to drink a lot of tea. So I've been starting off my day with ginger tea. It's got some other stuff in it, but ginger tea, which is just really good for kind of helping your body prepare for digesting food throughout the day. So I start that in the morning, and then I do a peppermint tea in the afternoon, which is also helps some digestion and some other things. And then I end the day with some chamomile tea, which has a calming effect, can help you get into a more relaxed state, sleep better.
It's quite the variety.
Yeah, so I've been doing that. I probably have done all 3 of those, probably 80% of the time, 80% of the days for the past month. So I don't know if I will continue doing it exactly like that, but I'll probably have some tea every day, which is good.
Cool.
Also there's a place down in the farmer's market that has this super good green tea. She's Japanese. Yeah.
The matcha stuff?
I think so. They get it from Japan.
It comes in the little, like,
squirt bottle thing?
Yeah.
I haven't been drinking that, but I've been putting that in smoothies.
Oh, sure.
So I've been all over tea.
Nice.
Green tea is one of basically the most studied substance, I guess you'd say.
Really?
That has the most health benefits. Huh. That's compared to any sort of vitamin D, vitamin E, whatever you want to say. Green tea has the most studies out there. It's healthy for you. So figuring out ways to get green tea, any tea in you.
Definitely didn't know that.
Yeah.
Here's a question. Did you give or get any cool human supporting gifts over the holidays?
Human supporting.
Yeah. That's a strange description, but
I don't think so.
nothing.
Did you?
I mean, I got foot-shaped shoes
Oh, yeah.
wherever they went.
No, I didn't get any. Typically, my Christmas is all CrossFit gear.
Well, I mean,
I didn't get any of that type of stuff this year. I don't think, anyway.
yeah,
Got this new shirt I wore to the CrossFit gym. But the supplement company that I use just came out with a
Oh, yeah.
ketone supplement. What do I want to call them? Exogenous ketones. So those are, big craze. It's in 2017, maybe a little sooner. They're coming out with these ketone supplements that people think they can use to lose weight.
Mm-hmm.
So Designs for Health, company that I use with my patients and clients, health coaching clients, wasn't really sure about it. They wanted some more research before they actually came out with the supplement. They finally did, and I just tried that. I've only tried it once. I'm not going to really notice anything trying it once, but
Right.
Yeah. So the problem with it is people just thought that they could take these ketone supplements and who cares about their diet as long as they're taking ketone supplements, they're going to get into ketosis, which we've talked about the benefits of ketosis and one of the episodes or a couple episodes. That's just not the case. So you have to definitely be eating a ketogenic-like diet, paleo-type diet,
Mm-hmm.
and then these things can help get you
Just-
into ketosis, mainly for brain health, cognitive function, memory function, just sharpening those type of things is the main reason for why I would take it.
Yeah.
Not, of course, to lose any weight, but also want to see if it's performance here in the gym instead of, again, trying to carb load or having some sugary drink before
Yeah.
a workout to give you energy. These ketones should do the trick for that as well. So I'm testing that out. Maybe talk about it at some point.
Are you gonna try to go full into ketosis for an extended period of time, or what? Are you?
No, I've never really tested my ketones to see if if I get there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that one time last year where I did that 3-day fast.
Yeah.
I guarantee I was in ketosis at that
For sure.
point. But just the way my diet is most of the time, it's pretty easy for me to actually get into ketosis if I avoid carbohydrates for any extended period of time. So I'll probably just continue to do what I do, intermittent fast every day, not eat breakfast until, I guess you can't even really call it, I guess you would still call it breakfast. You're breaking your fast.
That's
at
true.
that point, huh?
That's true. Even if it's at 5 p.m.
Yeah. I don't go that long, but noon, 1 o'clock. And then if I take these ketone supplements, in the morning, then I'm pretty sure I'd be in ketosis. So, but I could test it too. I might get some. There's a number of different ways to test it. Some of them are expensive. What I'd really like to do this year is get one of those glucometer things and test my blood sugar.
Yeah.
Pretty frequently.
Yeah.
If I could get down with the prick in my thumb.
Oh yeah.
As often as I would need to. But yeah, it's good to test your blood sugar. But that's also a way of testing to see if you're in ketosis. If you're, in that 70, 75 range, and you still feel pretty good. You're not tired or you're not have brain fog or anything like that. Then you're most likely in ketosis. So.
Yeah, so it's something that I've heard guys like Dave Asprey talk about, but I heard another guy talk about this recently and how because of the diet they're eating and the fasting they're doing and the percentage of their diet that is fat and using fat for fuel, I heard this is the second guy now, heard talk about sleeping less because of that, and they're sleeping maybe closer to 6 hours every night as opposed to aiming for 12 and getting a consistent 6 and feeling really good about that. Do you know much about?
No, I don't know why that would be the case. Dave Asprey does a lot of crazy things to his body. He's figured out, I think, how to build huge amounts of muscle on his body without ever exercising by taking something. So legally taking something, I think. I don't know what that would be about. Because typically, especially if people have sleep issues, it is somewhat of a blood sugar issue. So most people have sleep issues if they do some sort of carbohydrate at night. That kind of helps them get into their good sleep cycle. So
I love the Lord of the Rings forced. What? Oh. I'm standing further away from the camera than you are, so it looks like I'm tiny.
Nice.
That's what he's saying. Cool. So we're headed into 2018 with a little bit of a, I think, better game plan for this year. Mm-hmm. So we kind of set out with this whole shindig. Now they're laughing at us. Set out with this whole thing earlier this spring with the intentions of going at it every week, and we were pretty consistent there for a while. So we're on episode 24 now. So a little over half a year, about half a year's worth of weeks there. That's not terribly bad. But we're going to try something a little different. So we're going to try, typically we sit and babble for like an hour at a time. And while that's all good and fun, I think we're going to try to shorten up some of our topical episodes, as well as do something better for our schedules and kind of batch some of those. So we're going to do a better job of being prepared, knowing kind of what topics we're going to hit, and we would love your help with that stuff. So as always, but even more so now, we want to talk about things that you want to hear about, stuff that you want to know more about, get more opinions on. And so what we're kind of looking at is doing 3-4 of those at a time, being able to put those out on a weekly basis. But then also, the couple times that we have had guests on the show, I think we've had really great conversations with people who might be a little more experts in things that we just have kind of a basic knowledge of. So that's something that we're going to try to do quite a bit more of in this year. We're going to set a goal of having one interview every month. So 12 people. We've got some people in mind, definitely, for sure. But if there's people that you guys want to hear us or want to hear from and want to get us, with to talk to them about something relatively related to things we talk about, let us know, because there's a lot of local people doing cool stuff, and I think one thing that we have that a lot of people don't have is just it seems kind of silly, but this equipment to be able to put out content and stuff, and that's my specialty in being able to put out content like this, to be able to share stories, share information. We want to do that. So
yeah. So if you have somebody you want us to interview, if you have a topic that you want us to find somebody to interview about, or if that's something we can talk about, we'll figure out how to do it. I think we should also try to figure out how to do, I don't know how often, but like a full Q&A session.
Yeah, live.
Just random questions about health, how to implement stuff, what's the right way to do something, any of that type of stuff. We would love to do those type of things.
For sure. Something else that you've got going on, are you officially, I know you have a couple clients that you're working with, but are you officially publicly offering your coaching consulting stuff, or?
Yeah, so I spent the last few months of the year trying to kind of figure that out. Number one, is it something that is it a service that I could provide to people to add value to their life? Mm-hmm. So figuring out just how to be a health coach, as well as do people want help with that? Mm-hmm. Do I have time for it? All those type of things. and figured out that, yes, number one, I enjoy doing it. I'm passionate about it, and I've been really able to help a lot of people already. So we're going to do a lot more of that coming up in the new year. I was going to have a website, which I haven't talked to you about. I probably am going to wait on changing my website or adding another website. Probably just going to still do it through Great River Family Chiropractic. But, more Facebook stuff, they'll find out about it. Advertising, those type of things. But just some cool stuff that's already happened. Anything from, autoimmune diseases that people didn't know about for like 8 years, and they've been treated for something else when they should have been dealing with their autoimmune disease. Been able to help somebody with that sort of thing and get them on the right track with addressing not only their autoimmune disease, but even what they were being treated for with medication, through lifestyle, through some supplement protocols. Another lady knew she had an autoimmune disease but didn't want to go kind of the medical route, so she was just kind of letting herself continue to get sicker and sicker. So we're able to at least try to do some natural things, change her lifestyle, which is going to radically change her. Don't know if she's still going to be able to avoid the medication, but she's going to be a lot better off if she continues to do what we've been doing. Probably the coolest one is there's somebody that came to me because she was told by her doctor that she probably would never get pregnant, and she wanted help with just getting as healthy as possible to maybe become fertile, and she's pregnant now. So
that's legit.
That's probably the coolest thing that's happened in the past few months as far as with the health coaching stuff. And then just some other weight loss, people with sleep issues, have somebody new that has some significant digestive stuff, and they have taken parts of her colon out and put her on a bunch of medication and different things like that. So there's just I knew this because I talked to so many people at the beginning when I started my chiropractic office, just really how sick people are. Not only how sick they are, but just that they don't really have answers other than, hey, this is my fate. Now I just manage it with medication. And so I've kind of been able to get back into that and really seeing how much people are suffering. And it's just amazing how, like we talk about, the body heals, the body gets healthy as long as you give it what it needs and stay away from what it doesn't. So there's, some special things that we need to do to, treat some things maybe, but overall it's just changing their lifestyle from kind of standard American lifestyle, 21st century lifestyle, I guess you'd say, instead of how humans were created to live. So getting people, the majority of what I've been recommending to these people, whether it's a thyroid issue, infertility, weight loss, digestive problems, is what we teach people on this podcast, is changing their lifestyle back to the way humans used to live. Fueling it the right way, getting sleep, exercising, avoiding toxicity, stress management, all those different things is how people are getting healthy. So
for sure. Yeah, I had a fun little conversation with somebody. Oh, actually, our audience knows Fleet Feet Phil. Had a fun conversation with him last night. He kind of posed this question of, so I was talking to somebody else about, I don't even remember, buying like organic meat or something like that. And he just kind of asked this question of like, why? Why are we doing all of this stuff? Why are we putting so much extra like effort into making conscious decisions about these certain things and not just like doing what is readily available and stuff? And so we got into a good little conversation there, but it kind of brought me to the point of something I've been thinking about recently is like, so we kind of, our opinions and beliefs about health are also, they're distinctly Christian and distinctly, centered on that narrative as well. And one of the big driving factors for us is the fact that we see a certain degree of, the word I used last night was suffering in like what has become kind of the standard lifestyle that can be relieved by putting your body in the state, like everything you were just talking about, the state that we have been able to see your body is supposed to function in. And so like the why, probably bigger than living longer and losing weight and all this stuff, is working towards this flourishing of humans. And yeah, that's kind of a much bigger why than, losing a few pounds, having the New Year's goal, all that kind of stuff. Like, that's motivating to a certain extent, but I think what we're after is something much bigger.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's because I don't know exactly what he was saying, but I would agree with him. Like, why even worry about it?
Mm-hmm.
Why care if it's
Mm-hmm.
not that big of a deal?
Mm-hmm.
We're all gonna die, and
yeah.
But there is that piece of, well, if you think that way and continue to live this lifestyle, eventually there is going to be suffering, and before that suffering, there is going to be just a lack of thriving. So we want, you use flourishing, I don't know what the right word is there, but we want humans to flourish, because we feel like that's what we are called to do, is to help. If we want everything about a person's life to flourish, and we know if they're doing something that's going to lead to lack of that flourishing, then we of course want to, and they might be doing that not knowing that it's going to lead to lack of flourishing. So
right.
If somebody's not educating them on that, then they would never know. And they might not even know the difference of what, surviving versus thriving actually even means. Maybe they just feel like this is a position that they're supposed to be in, of lack of thriving, but they could live differently.
Mm-hmm.
And not just for selfish reasons, just so they don't have to suffer, or just because they can live longer, but because we feel like human beings are supposed to flourish. So, yeah, we want to teach everything we can to help people flourish as much as possible.
Sweet.
I mean, of course, you mentioned Christian. We believe one day that there's going to be no need for anything that we teach, right? That there's going to be no pain, there's going to be no death, there's going to be no suffering.
Yeah.
But that's in the future. But what we're called to do is to kind of help you get there, right? We want to, not that we're going to be able to accomplish it, that's not going to happen, but we're called to restore, kind of work in this process of restoration of people's bodies, of creation, until that point comes. So that's what we're doing. That's why we're teaching what we teach.
Yeah.
It's definitely not so somebody could live a couple days longer, or even years longer, or lose a little bit of weight, but all those could equal somebody's life being restored, chaos coming to organization. That's what we want.
Yeah, I think that'll definitely be like something probably one of our interviews. I think we'll probably have somebody on here, someone who maybe his wife is watching right now. We might ask him to come and dive into that topic a little deeper with us. But right now, I had a message from my wife pop up, and she asked me to bring her a bulletproof coffee when I came home. So I better work towards her flourishing and go do that before it gets too late.
If you are we just didn't get full approval of it, but talk to somebody who owns this place that we're in right now.
Oh, yeah.
They typically do a weight loss challenge type thing. I don't know what they call it. But
last year was called the Trim Down.
Trim Down. 1031 Trim Down.
Mm-hmm.
But so if you are not part of this gym, if you could find something like that, I would highly suggest it. Not because you should take 30 days and try to lose weight, but if you want to try to change habits, getting together with a group of people that are doing the same thing is really powerful.
Yeah.
So I would suggest you find one that you can do that. But if you are here and you could do it with 1031, we possibly are going to be doing some sort of workshop, just basically teaching the right lifestyle that you should be doing if you do want to get healthy again and start losing weight. So don't know when that'll be, probably early February, into January, something like that. So you could also look forward to coming to that.
Cool.
You guys can go by. You're fine.
Yeah.
If you want a cameo, you can jump on. No?
No? Don't want to be on the mic? Camera? All right, cool. Thank you, guys. This has been fun. I think, we set out doing this earlier this spring with, kind of came after it, guns a-blazing, going for it every week. Been tamed back a little bit, and now I feel like we're headed up this new year with a good plan. So
Sweet.
Thanks for being with us. We'll see you along the way. Later.
Later.